Hey, and welcome back to another Where Am I video, number 13, I think, in this series. We've done aerial, we've done downtown edition, we've done all kinds of editions of this series. This is going to be a snow edition, so if you haven't seen these videos before...
Just when you thought you'd seen it all.
If you haven't seen these videos before, I show him a picture, and he has to tell me what country it's in. Sometimes it's a city, depending on the edition, but this is a country edition. And so every single photo you'll see has snow. Now, you're a smart man. You know what countries are north and what countries are south, so you can eliminate quite a bit of countries. But some countries in the south have some mountains and stuff.
That's right.
So there might be a few trick ones in here. But
I would be disappointed if you didn't try to screw with it.
Good,
so,
good.
Yeah.
The reason we do this is so you guys can play along at home and have some fun with us. We love doing these kinds of videos. We're always... asking each other trivia questions and stuff. We love trivia. He's obsessed with Jeopardy, and so if you could play along, that would be awesome. Grab a pen and a notebook or whatever, and write down your answers and see if you can beat this guy. So, again, snow. Think snow countries. You ready?
I'm ready.
All right, let's go to number one.
I'll take number one, Alex, for 200.
What country do you think this is?
Good grief. How can I tell?
Well, it's part of why you're so smart. You dissect images. You look at something. Look at the stones. They're all in an order.
This could be anywhere in the world or anywhere in Europe?
Anywhere in the world.
Oh, good. Oh, thanks for narrowing it down for me.
Hey, anytime. No problem.
Well, I do notice that we're up quite high and that it looks like the ground that's in the distance is quite a bit lower. It doesn't seem to have a lot of snow. So this could be one of those places that has... not a lot of snow normally, but in its upper elevations does. I'm trying to... Are those like stands of trees that are there in the distance?
I don't
snow around
think
them?
so. I think that's... maybe. I don't know. It's hard to tell.
It really is.
I think it is trees.
Okay.
I think it is trees.
So we're talking a place that has what looks like farm trees almost, or manufactured forestry. Is that a lake in the center?
I believe it is.
Okay, so we're talking a place that has some snow, but doesn't necessarily freeze over.
Yeah.
And we do have a line of stones or rocks.
See, there's clues in this.
But they're not clues that help me figure out where it is.
Well, there's still clues.
Here's what I can tell from the clues. Human beings have been here before.
Exactly.
And it's occasionally cold enough to support snow on the ground.
Mm-hmm.
I see a lot of contrails in the sky, so this is a place where there are lots of overflying aircraft.
See?
But that still could be anywhere in the world.
I know, but it still helps you. It can eliminate certain countries for you.
Not too many, unfortunately.
Okay.
Now, is that a river in the distance on the right-hand side and maybe land in behind it? Is that a really wide river?
No. I
Okay.
do not believe so.
All right. I'm really at a loss here.
Okay.
So I have to pick something.
You do.
I'm going to say Argentina.
Argentina. I thought you might just like randomly get this one, but you didn't. It's Scotland.
No, you're kidding.
Yes.
Oh. What part of Scotland, I wonder? Do you
I
know?
have no idea. I don't remember.
Scotland.
Okay.
Oh.
Ready for number two?
I want to look at Scotland for a while longer.
Okay.
I'll go to number two. Oh, dear.
Hmm.
Isn't that impressive?
This one's difficult. This one is difficult.
It is difficult. I see a little rock pile made in the foreground.
You do.
And that doesn't look exactly like an Inukshuk like you often will see in places around Canada where people want to leave a little memorial behind of their visit or show respect.
And now the people will know that we were here.
That's right. But it does suggest to me we're talking the north. I don't see a lot of vegetation anywhere here. This could be Arctic or Antarctic, I guess. We see a lot of... It's almost glacial. If you look up at the snow that's in this picture, it's really ice that is flowing down that face, that rock face. And it looks like... I have a guess. It's like McMurdo Sound or something. I'm going to guess Antarctica, and I'm going to guess this was taken probably around April.
April. I can't tell you that. I have no idea. You're right. There is a glacier to the left of this picture.
Okay.
But this is not Antarctica. This is Nepal. This is the most difficult one in here.
That's gorgeous.
It is. It's beautiful.
This is Nepal.
Yeah. That's amazing.
Oh, man. And you know something? It wouldn't have helped me guess Nepal, but the sun is pretty high in the sky here because that shadow of that Inukshuk thing isn't very... And if that was Antarctica, I don't think you'd see the sun that high in the sky. And now
If
that
you
you
did,
say
it would
that,
be very
and it wouldn't be in
specific
that direction. The sun would actually be
That's true.
north
yeah.
of there, shining from the right-hand side.
Mm.
So that's great. Nepal, well done.
Nepal.
Good for you.
All right, number 3.
All righty. Ooh. Okay, well, that has a very North American look to it, but that doesn't mean anything. The trees are fairly large, so I'd say this is an area that normally has pretty nice, warm weather. It could be in the Rockies. It could be even southern Rockies, like Colorado-ish. Or it could be all the way up into the Yukon or something, for all I know. A lot of big sky.
No contrails.
That could mean there's a million planes in the sky, but there wasn't enough humidity at 37,000 feet that day to make contrails.
Oh, I know.
So the presence of contrails tells me something. The absence of contrails tells me nothing at all. Look, this could be anywhere. There's mountains in the distance. They look to be pretty good size. This is not all that high, I wouldn't say, because of the fact that the trees are fairly large. There's a lot of bedrock exposed there. So I'm just going to throw Colorado in there.
Okay. You are correct. This is the United States.
Oh, that's right. I'm doing countries, aren't I?
Yeah, I was going to ask you if you wanted to be more specific and give you an extra point if you guessed the state.
Right.
You already guessed Colorado. So it's California.
Oh, okay.
This is near Lake Tahoe.
Is it really?
Yep.
Okay.
So I'm going to give you
USA.
1 point because you got that right. All right, number 4.
Number 4. Is that a city in the distance?
It is. You cannot zoom, though.
Wow.
Lots of little details in this to help you.
Not if I can't zoom, there isn't.
I guess.
That tree on the left, it has leaves that looks like they got flash frozen or something.
You mean on the right?
On the right, yeah.
Aren't you supposed to be smart?
The other left. I'm supposed to be, but it's all a myth.
Oh,
Yeah. I've been faking it for 59 years.
Oh.
Behind the leftmost branch on the tree that's on the right, is that like a smoke plume
You are
from
correct.
the ground way back
It's
there?
from a factory.
An industrial
Yeah.
thing. So it's a pulp mill, it's a power plant, it's something.
Exactly.
This looks pretty cold. We're up on a high area, high terrain here, though. So we could be looking down at... I'm not allowed to zoom, right?
Correct.
It's too close to the hills to be Calgary, I think. Calgary, Alberta. So I'm not going to guess Calgary. Plus, the large part, the hill that overlooks Calgary is actually to the south of town, called Nose Hill. And the mountains would be on the right if you were looking at it. So I'm going to say this is not Calgary. And I'm going to guess it's not Canada because I don't think any other place would be that close to those mountains
Okay.
and be that big. It's a pretty big city.
You're correct.
So I'm away from Canada now. There are buildings, but they're not really, really tall buildings, but there's some that are tall enough, probably 14 stories or more. Maybe there's some big ones.
It's a lot of factories and stuff.
Yeah. I'm going to say Russia.
Oh, you are close. It's China.
Okay. I'll take it. I was thinking extreme eastern Russia, like Siberian Russia, but China. If you told me it was Mongolia, if you told me it was...
I can tell you exactly where in China this is.
Please do.
Right behind us is North Korea.
Oh.
This is just across the border.
No kidding.
Yeah.
There.
Interesting, eh?
Very interesting. I like that. Good one. This is fun. Well, I see a red star on the building.
Oh, yeah. Oh, there's another one actually, too, on the right-hand side hanging off a post.
Now, I remember seeing a red star before on a highway sign or underneath an overpass or something.
Let me guess, it was in Minnesota in 1984.
Yeah, it was. No. I mean, in one of your other videos. It was a bunch of highway videos, and I was looking. There was a red star on one of the highways or something, and I thought, oh. And I had myself convinced it was in some communist country, and it ended up being Texas or something.
Oh, I know exactly what you're talking about. It was underneath a bridge or something. It was on concrete. It was San Antonio or somewhere.
Now, I don't know if I don't think it probably wasn't a red star, but it was a star. All right. So now we have 2 stars on that building. One in the center of the second floor, overlooking the roof of the balcony place. Then there's one hanging, it appears, from a bar by the window on the side of the house. Another red star. So what's the deal here? Why are we so popular with red stars?
I think they're red. I think they're black.
Okay, maybe they're black. So this star is typically a sign of or a symbol of socialism, communism. So that's where I'm leaning. Now, I guessed Russia before, and it was China.
Mm-hmm.
So that means I can guess Russia again.
Yep.
So I'm going to guess Russia.
Okay. This was popular when I was, I guess, younger. Every time that we would drive somewhere in New Brunswick is where I grew up and where we lived. Everybody would always have, not everybody, but a lot of people would have stars on their houses.
They do here in PEI too.
PEI.
I know where they all are.
I know. And
it's a
we're
secret
like,
society.
why does everyone have stars on their house?
It's a secret society.
Sense. And I've come to the conclusion that anyone with a star on their house is an alien, and it's just a way that they can tell.
They can pick each other out.
Yeah, aliens can drive down like, oh, there's
another alien
that lives
That's
there.
the best answer I've heard so far.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's it.
Okay.
Like,
so this is the House of Aliens.
This is a House of Aliens, and it's about 2.5 hours from here in Nova Scotia. It's in Canada. So, incorrect. I thought the star was going to give it away. I was worried about the star.
Well, I
but
gave
that
it
was
away
the
all
hint.
right.
That was the hint in this one. I thought for sure you were going to guess Canada.
I'm not falling for a star again and saying it's communist country.
All right, number 6.
Okay. Now, this is interesting. It has a very industrial look to it.
Lots of hints here.
Lots of hints here. It's a factory-type place.
Mm-hmm. Lots of antennas up on
Lots
that.
of antennas. And these antennas are traditional VHF antennas. These are not the kind of antennas you would have if you were trying to receive a high-definition television broadcast.
Okay.
Okay. So this is not an HD TV serviced area.
Okay.
So that pretty well rules out North America altogether in my world. Because HDTV is the only licensed TV now. There's very little off-the-air television that's in the traditional TV.
It's funny that was the thing in the photo that gave you that conclusion, because there was something else in this photo that would clearly let you know that this is not North America.
Really?
It is a little hard to see, but it's the license plates in the back of the cars.
Oh, I can't tell that. I can't see those because
Ah.
I'm not allowed to zoom. So I'm just going to keep throwing Russia until I get it right. I'm going to say Russia.
Incorrect. It's Germany.
Really?
Yeah.
It doesn't look what I would expect. Anyway, where'd you get this picture?
It took me a while to find it. You know how hard it is to go on Google Maps, and you have to, because these aren't just like, this isn't street cam. This is someone actually took this photo and uploaded it, so they're like little dots.
Oh,
So I have to
okay.
go around to every little dot and try and find a photo. And who's going to upload a 360 photo of in the wintertime? 98% of the photos are in the summertime. It took forever to find these pictures. Anyway, this is Germany.
I
Correct.
believe you.
Number 7.
Oh, isn't that pretty?
Very.
Isn't that pretty? That's beautiful. Snow in the valleys, not all that up high, so I'm thinking the snow fell, and in most places it sublimated or melted away, but still exists quite a varying range of altitude here.
No contrails.
Go away from that. Get away from that. Don't see a lot of evidence of human interference with the landscape here at all.
Not much.
I don't see fencing. I don't see roads. I don't see contrails. Very rolling hills, though. They look like old mountains that have been worn down over millions and millions of years, like the Appalachians or something.
I agree.
This could be, well, we've already used Canada because of that Nova Scotia foolery.
You can
that
guess
gave
Canada
me,
again
Willie.
if you want. There's no duplicates in this video, so don't guess Canada, but you can guess Canada if you like.
I don't like the moving scale of rules here and what I'm allowed to do and not allowed to do. Ah, dear. All right. I'm going to go back to Argentina.
I can see this being Argentina. It's not. It's Iceland.
Oh.
Which kind of is the opposite of what you said about old. That had been
Yeah.
there for a while, because Iceland's a very active
It's volcanic.
place.
Yeah. And to me, that looks like worn down mountains, but.
Yeah.
And there's also some lifting. I'm seeing this now. Not that it would have helped me any,
Over
but
to the left.
yeah, if you look to the left, there's clearly evidence of what was probably stratus rock at one time or sedimentary rock that was lifted up. And Iceland is very geoactive, so that could be that too. But I had that sense it was like really old stuff.
I wouldn't have guessed Iceland either.
Yeah.
This is a very difficult.
Yeah, that's well done.
Number 8.
Number 8. Oh, okay.
Not the best quality of photo, but definitely some hints in here.
There are some hints. Is that a large fishing shack? It looks almost like it has an earthen or thatched roof.
Yes, you are correct.
Isn't that something? So
There's also a person on the beach.
there's
in
a
front of it.
person
You
on
can
the
see it.
beach, yeah. Way too small to figure out what they're up to. And
Gives
there's
you
a
perspective
hose.
of how big that place is, though.
It does, yeah. And it looks like a hose of some kind that goes either to or from that place that would be used for the cleaning of fish or the pumping of water or whatever. It's got a real desolation look to it, doesn't it?
It sure does, yeah.
And the sun looks pretty low in the sky, straight ahead there.
Yep.
But there's liquid water and a very frosty-looking landscape on the other side of that water. Nearby, it looks almost half decent. There's what is probably grass when it's in season, but we're obviously not in season. Can't really tell what's behind the photographer. But with that kind of structure, that would be maybe peat or some other type of earthen work on that roof. And it looks ancient. So I'm going to say Norway.
You are correct. This is Norway. See, it's going to happen eventually. I knew
Well,
you-
eventually,
I knew
yeah.
you'd get it. This
Well-
is Norway. Good job.
Wow.
That's awesome.
Because I was thinking Norway would be more fjords and things, and maybe not this, but this has a really old, long settled and inhabited look to it.
You nailed it. That's awesome.
Cool. Yeah.
Number
9. Wow.
This one's tricky.
Now, that looks like a church.
Mm-hmm.
It looks like, then the question becomes, is it more Orthodox looking or is it more Roman, Western Christian looking as opposed to Eastern?
I'm willing to give you a hint.
Please.
This is in Europe, but you probably figured that out.
I had that pretty well nailed already. So it's interesting, like the main part of the church in the foreground has an angular steeple that looks a lot like one would expect from Western Europe.
Yep.
But in the back, it has more of a rounded
Mm-hmm.
that could be more Orthodox. And then there's that other structure just to the left of it. That could be the home of the priest or
Okay.
whatever.
A tomb or something like that.
Yeah.
Who knows?
Wow. So I think we're up high. I think we're up fairly high here. I don't see a lot of mountains above this. And it's really, like, I think we're high enough that you could be almost anywhere in Europe or in the Alps and have this.
Mm-hmm.
So this could be Switzerland, could be Austria, could be even the mountains of Italy, or even a little bit east of there, in the mountains of, let's say, Bosnia or something, you know, up high enough to have that kind of.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm thinking it's a place that's going to have a mixture of different kinds of religion. I'm going to say Romania.
Yeah, you're pretty close. It's not. It's Belarus.
Oh, wow.
But you're right there.
Yeah, I'm fairly close.
Right in that zone.
Oh, well.
Good problem solving there.
All right.
Okay, the last one.
Oh.
This one's actually pretty difficult too.
Jeez. What's that person doing? Are they?
I don't know.
It looks almost like they're stretching as if they've got a dog in one of those long reels, and the dog is in having a poo or something along the ditch.
Maybe.
Or they're doing a dance.
I'm zoomed in on mine, and I can't tell.
Can't tell what they're doing.
No.
There are some cars and vehicles that are around that curve of the road there.
Mm-hmm.
Interestingly, there's wires above it that go to a pole and then on down the hill.
Mm-hmm.
So I presume that down the hill there's power generation and it's piping the power up to something that's up nice and high.
If you look in the middle of the photo, like almost dead center, way off in the distance, you can see smoke rising up.
Yep. Yeah.
So there's definitely civilization down there. You can see some roads on the other side of the mountain there too.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, some switchbacks and things going up the other side. Huh. Well, I think we're nowhere near where I need to be. So we're looking just for country.
Mm-hmm.
Man, we're up awfully high. But that tree in the center, that skeleton of a tree that shed its leaves, that's pretty good size. I don't think we're all that high in altitude.
I'm willing to give another hint.
Please.
This is in Europe.
Okay.
I think.
We're high, but we're not that high. So is that the Caucasus? Is that the Urals? Is that northern Finland? The sun's pretty low here, I'd say. The shadows are quite long. And it's behind the camera person. I'm going to say Turkey.
This is Turkey.
No!
It is, I swear.
No!
It is Turkey. Holy crap.
I don't know.
Is that part of Europe? Or is that Asia?
Well, most of it's Asia. There's only a little piece of Turkey that's in Europe.
Okay, so
a little tiny piece. And the piece that you're looking at here is not that piece. That is Asia.
Okay, well, I wasn't sure, but that's why I said I think. But
yeah. Well, when you said I think, I thought, okay, it's somewhere that's close to being in between.
As soon as I said that,
so now
I
it's
knew I gave
okay.
it
Now
away.
it could be Russia. It could be the Ukraine, Belarus, Azerbaijan.
Yeah.
So I just pulled Turkey out of my orifice, and there it is. Yeah.
You got 3 right.
Oh, I'm shocked.
And 2 of those were very impressive.
I'm shocked. I'm
well
very
done.
shocked.
Well done.
That was a lot of fun.
All right. Thanks, guys, for watching. I appreciate that. Hope you had fun like we did. Leave your answers down in the comment section below. We'd love to know how you did, to see if you beat the goat over here.
Yeah.
And we've got another one of these coming up. It's going to be a normal one. No special editions. No anything funky.
I think I'd be happy to come back to normal.
Going to be a normal one. So we'll get back to our roots a little bit. You can keep an eye out for that in the next coming days. If you're not subscribed, I hope you can hit the subscribe button. Like this video down below by hitting the like button if you did like it. And we'll see you in that next video. Adios.